Are all the cameras frozen?
No, I'm just gonna. You guys are making your grand entrance
What's
soon.
happening?
Don't you worry.
Oh God, I haven't done this in a while.
It's We're all back,
falling
baby.
apart. Is it working? Are we on the internet?
Yes.
We're on the air.
Are we live?
Where are you? Yeah,
The
we're live.
Ratboys. Main cam.
I'm just.
Cam one, Sean.
Yes.
What is happening?
It's just.
Camera 1, camera 2,
Where
camera
are you
1.
guys?
What happened? Wait, is the eyeball on?
Yeah. Where are you guys?
The webcam froze. Oh no. Well, we might have to start this over. That's okay.
It's
We can.
just you two that are not popping up.
Well,
We're here.
We're
Marcus
here.
and I got this. No problem.
I'm here. I'm chilling.
Hello.
well, I did create the technical difficulties.
Marcus, how's it
screen,
going
just in
over there?
case.
I'm great. How are you over there?
Oh, I'm doing good over here.
Great to
well,
be
I got
here
Dave's
at
here too.
the mall.
Yeah. It's good to be here at
Yeah,
the mall.
we're playing our first ever mall show tonight. This is very exciting. Following in the footsteps of Britney Spears.
Julia, we're over here in area 1 of the mall.
Oh, great.
Can you hear us?
I'm backstage. I'm in the green room
The mall green room.
doing some
With the
some candy cane shots with Dobby
wow.
backstage.
Is the mall green room just like Bed Bath and Beyond?
Pretty much. It's just the stocking room at Bath and Body Works. I'm just getting high, huffing all of these various scents.
Wow. The Steiner family is in the chat. It looks like.
Woo!
Hello.
Shout out to
members
my
of the
mom.
Steiner family.
Is the camera back or no? Is it just my disembodied voice?
Yeah, but we hear
That's okay.
you. We hear you. Don't worry.
Shout out to my mom,
It's a
who
grand
unfortunately
reveal.
took a small tumble
Oh no.
visiting
yeah.
New York City.
Get well soon.
Are you okay?
Get well soon. They have successfully evacuated New York. My family has, and they are home now in Kentucky. So
Wow.
good stuff. Hopefully everyone is safe and sound.
Hello to Kevin in the chat.
Kevin
Making
in
a
the
lot of noise
chat.
in there. How's it going, Kevin?
Kevin, whoop whoop, choo choo. We love it.
Oh, I'm getting yelled at already.
Oh God.
Oh, there's
it working?
Julia.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Get it
and
together.
here we are.
Back, baby. New and exciting technical problems that Dave has to solve on the
Wow.
fly.
Hello, thank you.
Let's give a hand for
Dave.
Dave. Thanks for
Can
sticking
we get
with
some
us,
noise
everybody.
in the chat for Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, give us
Yes,
some
I'm
silent
Dave.
ahs.
Here with Jules and Screen and Marcus. And
Yeah.
all here.
This is night
Here
number
we are.
44 of the virtual tour.
Wow.
We're coming at you live tonight from the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Very festively decked out. It's beautiful here. It's a perfect 68 degrees here in the mall.
Air
And,
conditioned.
Socially distanced. There's no one around. It's beautiful. I don't know if you could see Santa back there. He's doing lots of virtual meet and greets with little children on his laptop.
Santa's in the chat for sure.
Santa's in the chat. He sees us when we're sleeping. He knows when we're awake. Yeah, very exciting stuff. It's been a few weeks since we've been on the virtual road. So happy to be back here today. We have a very exciting show planned for you today. We got not one, but two special guests. Two of our favorite writers in the whole world, Dan Ozzi and Hanif Abdurraqib, are coming on the show very soon.
Yes.
Um,
This is kind of like a music show, but we do interviews.
It's a music and more show. That's what
A
I say.
variety hour.
Yeah, in the
Plus.
YouTube description. There's a lot of plus happening. It's just like Disney Plus, Google Plus. This is fucking
Ratboys Plus.
Ratboys Plus. This is, but it's free. So hey, you gotta love that. I wrote down what have we been up to since the last virtual tour. Marcus and Sean both celebrated birthdays. That was very exciting. Let's get a belated clapping in the chat for that.
23 years old.
Hell
20
yeah.
21 finally. Finally you can have a peppermint schnapp with Dobby in the green room. Want to quickly shout out our Discord where we did a very fun thing the last couple weeks that I like to call the 4 movie nights of Christmas. I've been slowly acquiring a behemoth insane collection of DVDs. Can we see these?
Yes, yeah.
And
wow.
we watched
Snowmageddon?
these. We watched Muppet Christmas Carol, Polar Express. Oh, God. We watched Love Actually. Very horny movie.
Is it? I don't remember. I watched it
Extremely.
one time long ago.
Very horny. And finally, the pièce de résistance,
Oh.
Snowmageddon.
How was Snowmageddon?
So that is one thing that I wanted to do briefly before we rock a tune and get Dan Ozzi on the line. Was tell you guys about Snowmageddon because you both missed it. But I feel like we should recap it.
Yeah, give me a recap.
Anyone in the chat who...
Well, it's a sci-fi original.
Wow.
This was made for TV. This was made for the Sci-Fi Channel. And
Cable TV.
this is what comes up when you Google volcano Christmas movie. This is what it is.
Whoa.
So, and anyone in the chat who was there, feel free to add some details. It's set in the town of Normal, Alaska. And a family is inconspicuously celebrating Christmas at their beautiful, well-adorned cabin. And what happens? A mysterious gift appears on their doorstep. It's a snow globe. All of a sudden, not spoiler alert, all this crazy shit starts happening in the town. Natural disasters. But they're happening first in the snow globe. And if you bop the snow globe or press a button on it or accidentally or something, another bad thing happens.
So the snow globe was controlling the climate?
The snow globe
Really?
was predicting the apocalypse.
Wow.
So was someone shaking it?
I don't even think they shook it to make it snow at one point in the movie.
It was
they had a bunch of gears in it.
It was acting of its own accord.
It was like Da Vinci Code, kind of.
There's a lot of disasters that happen. There's some good one-liners. There's some crazy ice spears that come out from the ground.
Was it ice or stone or?
I don't know.
I thought they were trees for a moment, just spontaneously growing.
There was a. Did it climax with a volcano?
There's a volcano
Okay.
in the snowy mountain that's avalanching.
There's a snowcat.
Wow.
And I don't want to tell you the spoiler of how it ends, but it does involve the line, "Merry Christmas, you son of a bitch." So,
Did they say that to the volcano?
to the snow globe.
Oh.
So that's Snowmageddon, 2011's finest. Highly recommend. It's a DVD. You can buy it too.
Wow.
Made in Canada. Made in Canada.
Beautiful.
It
Anyway.
won Best Script
Yeah, best
The-
script
that year,
Canadian
2011.
Academy
at the Normal Alaska Film
It
Festival.
was the only film nominated.
Yeah, we love that. Yeah, we all got boosted. We all got our third
Hell
COVID
yeah,
shots.
baby.
I'm
And you
boosted
should
up,
too.
Playboy.
Marcus told us he's been having. Well, I don't know if you want to share that on here
Having acid flashbacks
because of the booster.
more frequently. I think the booster is causing them. I think they
Yes.
slipped some LSD in my
Hell
booster
yeah.
shot.
So if there's any anti-vaxxers out there, maybe tell them that, and they will
Yeah,
want to
they'll
get the booster
finally get it.
or the vaccine. I don't know. It'll make you trip out, man.
Groovy, baby.
And we've been spending a lot of time rehearsing for these last 3 shows that we have coming up this year, which we could talk about more later. Very exciting stuff. When we planned these shows, everything felt a little bit more crystal clear or chill. And now things feel slightly less chill. But we're figuring it out, and we're getting tested all the time, and we got our boosters.
Crystal
And,
clear like a snow globe. maybe?
crystal clear like an apocalyptic snow globe. We just didn't know it yet, that the snow globe would predict certain impending doom. But no, we're all out here. We're doing okay. We're testing negative, and we're boosted
We hope
as
you are
hell.
too. Yeah.
as all hell. And we've been practicing a little ditty that we thought we could start the show off and share with you today before we get Dan Ozzi on the line, which will be our next order of business.
Yes.
Do we dare?
You could dare.
I dare.
I dare. This song goes out to all the misfits out there. Anyone who was born with a weird nose. It's
about a person, right?
it's about a creature.
A creature.
This is a story of hope and redemption ultimately. And
Sing along at home.
sing along at home. There's some and in the chat, there's some parts where you can sing. It's like a call and response type thing. We all kind of learn different words growing up. I don't want to spoil it, but feel free to just sing whatever you know at home. Do we dare? Here we go. You know, Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Go, Dave! Get it! Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. You'll go down in history. Thank you. Do we have some people giving us yippies in the chat?
There's some like a light bulb.
Like a light bulb.
Pinocchio.
You guys
like
got
Monopoly.
it. Okay. Isn't it weird how we all grew up in different places, but we all learned those words? But they're like secret words. They're like deep, dark, secret lyrics. Like Monopoly. Like George Washington.
Yeah, what did you say the other day about?
Like George Washington, the part where it's you'll go down in history. That's that's a questionable one because it's the very end of the song.
You said it at another time the other day.
Yeah, I said it wrong. I got it all mixed up before. But hey, a beautiful, truly poetic jam to get us all in the mood for the big day coming up a week from yesterday. Can you believe it? Less than a week away. Dear old Santy will be shimmying down the chimney. What did you guys ask for this year from Santa?
I asked for an air fryer.
Nice. Ooh, that's a good one.
Socks.
Socks.
A pair of
Classic.
socks.
White socks?
Footwear.
One white, one orange.
I don't know.
Cool. Is that a new fashion statement you're
Yes.
attempting to make?
It'll be on Yee's website soon.
Cool. Word up.
What did you ask for?
Dave and I asked for a joint gift.
Whoa.
I mean,
A
you
joint.
asked for
A joint.
I didn't ask
A
for
big
anything.
joint.
I asked for it knowing that we would both use it and love it.
What is it?
A fancy cordless vacuum cleaner.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I know.
That's so good.
I really want it. Because our, not to get too
4 a.m. vacuum.
Oh, dude, no. I don't know. I actually don't know how loud it'll be. But, like, our stairs are carpeted, and there's dust that accrues where the stairs meet the wall. I don't know if you've noticed this, Sean.
In our where like near where the wall meets the floor. Sorry.
Yes.
Wow, I could not say
Where
that.
the ceiling meets.
This is crucial. Where the ceiling meets the wall, and then the
Yes,
wall
yes.
meets the stairs,
Yes.
the floor, the carpet. Yes. There's so much dust there. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it's hard to sweep those spots.
Exactly.
You know?
So
So
I
you need a
want to get
frickin'
this
Dyson.
vacuum cleaner, and I want to suck it all up.
I got
The
you
dust.
one better. I got you a pack of straws, Julia.
We gotta get baby Arlo over here to do a little
Yeah, he
DIY
probably,
vacuuming.
Like runs his tongue down the wall.
Oh, buddy. We got to get Arlo back. Good stuff. Holy cow. Maybe the time has come to share one more exciting piece of news before we call Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I knocked over my water. We have, for the first time ever, speaking of Christmas miracles, first ever Ratboys beanie.
Oh shit.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Oh shit.
Oh, my God.
They're
It's a
beautiful.
thing that goes on your head.
You put this on your head. Shall I model it for us? Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Can
Look at
we?
that.
Do we appreciate this?
Can
Do
you
we appreciate
emphasize
how big of a deal this is?
How warm
We've
that
never
is,
had
too.
beanies.
It looks so natural.
Can you give me
On
some
you.
confetti?
Yes. It's
Yes.
coming right up.
Yes. This feels good. This feels a huge bucket list void in my heart.
It's been years you've been asking for this.
Years I've been asking for this. They say no. We'll never make a beanie. Fuck you.
That's what you're always saying.
That's what everyone's always saying to me. And this year, I finally convinced them. I said, guys, it's been a hard year and a half. I need this. And they took pity on me, and here we are.
Crispy in the
We got
chat
the
says, can't wait to see that beanie cover your eyeballs during a show, which is very funny.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's got some
Actually,
slack up
I feel like
top,
every
so-
show we play that you wear a
It has
beanie,
slack
there's
up top, but-
inevitably one photo.
No, actually, I'm really stoked about this beanie. It was a little bit of a scary roller coaster ordering these beanies without having touched the actual like prototype beanie, because I'm pretty picky about like how tight they are. Like if it's too tight on your head, it hurts you, or like if it's too loose, it'll, fall too tall, too short. There's so many problems, things that can go wrong. But this is actually a great. It's not too tight on my big head.
This passes the Julia test. This beanie.
Yes.
Very good.
This is Ratboys approved quality beanie, or as you say in Canada, toque.
A toque.
A
That's a
toque.
rad toque.
Okay, I might even keep it on for our first special guest tonight. I want to introduce
Speaking of.
the magnificent Dan Ozzi, author of the new book Sellout, which I own, and I'm holding it up.
Hell yeah,
Dan has
baby.
generously agreed to come on the show and talk to us about the book and writing the book, and also we're going to do a very special segment that you might know with Dan. It was Dan's idea. Dan came to us and said,
I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to
Okay.
say what's about to happen. Are we calling Dan?
Yeah. Calling him up.
Oh, boy. Gotta get my headphones on.
Okay.
So, also, since the last time we've done the show, Google has kind of changed
Yes.
around the way
There's
that
been a lot of things that have changed.
the way that they make calls.
As
So we're gonna suss this out live together with you.
Let's see. There.
Got
There he is.
Oh,
Look at this.
Hey, guys,
man.
hear
How do I
us?
make this?
Yo.
Let's see.
I like your shades.
is this a
Dan.
true podcaster or what?
I came ready.
How is it going?
Going great. I just heard a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cover that rocked my friggin' socks.
Hey.
Thanks. We aim to rock, and please. That's all.
That's
So,
what we do, baby.
Dan, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate you. And
I appreciate you guys.
you wrote a book. You wrote another book.
Oh, did I?
And
You
started
wrote
a
a
merch
book.
line.
In case you forgot,
What's
it's
it
here.
called? What's that book called?
Yeah, what's the book
Yeah,
called?
this one is. This one is Sellout. Yeah, for sure. That's
Sellout.
Sell out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The major label feeding frenzy that swept punk, emo, and hardcore during
Yeah.
1994 and 2007. You even got Chris Farron to do a promo on Instagram for this.
I
That
called
probably
in
cost
all
a lot.
All the
Yeah.
favors, all the big dogs.
Yeah, that changed things. That really got me.
Hey,
Um,
I don't mean to interrupt, but since you mentioned Chris Farron,
yes.
more than plugging my book, can I plug something real quick? Because
Yes, please.
I'm doing a charity raffle that ends tomorrow. So tonight's like the last time you can
shit.
bid. And you can win, like you said, this copy of this book, which we all love, obviously. But Chris Farron very generously, in addition to the book and like some others, this hat, Chris also donated this pig SIDS thing.
Yes.
It's an original. I forget how much he sells these for, but it's quite a bit. They take a lot
Yeah.
of work. So you can get one if you'd like. If the raffles are only $3, danozzi.bigcartel.com.
There you
Yes.
And,
Yeah, we'll drop that in the
some-
chat.
Some lucky motherfucker is gonna get it all. Gonna get the book, this tote bag, Chris
Amazing.
Farron merch. It's
Where's
great.
the money going?
It's buying food and supplies for unhoused residents of Los Angeles.
Amazing.
Nice.
So, because I don't know if you noticed, but the pandemic is hitting everybody really fucking hard,
Yeah.
especially unhoused people.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Year 3.
it will be, yeah, right. I'm hoping that year 3 is the good year of the pandemic.
Yeah.
when it all
Fingers
gets
crossed.
good.
Yeah.
We shall see.
This is when we finally figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yes. Thank you for plugging that. You got that in the chat, Sean?
Oh, it's flowing through the chat.
Good.
flowing through.
Hell yeah. Everyone buy a raffle ticket. There is literally nothing more fun than a raffle. That is what I've always said. I've
Yeah.
never won one, but I keep entering
I
just
never
in the hopes.
win anything.
It's all about hope, you know?
I always feel like I'm gonna. Like, whenever they're calling the numbers, I'm like, I got a good feeling this time.
Yeah, this is a good ticket. It's
fucking
warm in my
happens.
hands, you know? No, yeah.
Well, what can you do, I guess?
Good stuff. Well, yeah, Marcus and I were just talking about how we've been reading Sellout kind of in very different ways, which is cool because I don't know, people read books differently, I guess. But
Wait, I'm sorry. What would you read it right to left?
Well, no, I mean like time-wise, like stretching time. So I read this book in like a weekend, like really fast. And I did a cool thing, hot recommendation, hot tip out there for the chat, where I listened to each record, like each chapter is about a different record specifically. Mm-hmm. And so I would listen along as I was reading, and it kind of worked out where the length of the record was about the time it took me to read the chapter. Anyway, it was very pleasant experience.
Yeah, a friggin' playlist of like all of it. Like it's like 9.5 hours if you really want to go. Yeah.
That's okay. That rules.
Hell yeah.
And then Marcus has been reading like a chapter a week.
Yeah, I've just got it on my nightstand, and some nights before bed I'll read a chapter. I read the Donna's chapter last night. It was lovely.
Love it. I love that because it feels like I'm tucking you in. You know?
You are. Yes.
Even when I'm not there. I mean, obviously, like most nights, I am tucking you in literally.
Mm-hmm.
But
right when you can't be there.
When I can't be there, it's very beautiful that we have that.
Little kiss on my forehead.
So how long did it take you to, like, when did you start working on this?
When I was 11 years old and I got the Green Day album Dookie.
Word up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that goes to a question that kind of like leads into exactly what I was wondering though. Like, was there a certain like moment or conversation with someone or like a show you went to where you went from like wanting to write a book about these records or this idea to like needing to do it? Like you had to do it because you've loved these bands for a long time.
I have. And you know, when Laura Jane and I were working on her memoir, it really stirred up a lot of memories in me about how I felt and disliked what Against Me did in this time. You know, like I was one of these like pissed off people who was like, I don't agree with what they're doing. Screw this band. I used to love them, but now I hate them. And so it just like it like really stirred up those memories and those emotions that I had. And so I started thinking about that, and I was like, there was probably a lot of bands like that that people turned on or got mad at. So after that, I was like, you know, these stories should be told. And and then I just started working on it.
That's dope. How'd you scale it down? Like, because there's so many records that fit the the thesis, you know.
I tried to do one. You know, the book goes from 94 to 2007, and I originally was like, what if I did one album per year? Because it goes in chronological order. So like Green Day 94, Jawbreaker, Dear You came out in 95, Jimmy World 96, Blink-182 97. I kind of lost that chronology a little bit, but I kept it. But there were some where it was like, I think 2003, there were like maybe 3 or 4 albums that came out, and I had to make some Sophie's choices. So
yeah,
people have let me know that they would have liked AFI to have been in there.
I was just gonna say that. We were just gonna say that.
Talked about that.
So, but I might do like a paperback edition where I have some additional interviews and stuff. I think that'd be cool. So
that'd be really
cool.
Cool.
People seem to like it, but then they're like, how come you didn't have Cave-In? And you know, and I'm like, oh.
It's been cool to see the stuff on the Substack too, kind of like the extra like mini episodes or chapters.
Yeah,
like the Texas is the Reason one.
Like put that all in like an expanded edition or something one day. I think that'd be cool.
Hell yeah, we will read. we will.
Love that I got people. One of the most common things that I've been hearing is people be like, "Hey man, I never read, but I loved your book. Like I haven't read a book in like this whole millennium, but your book, I loved it." I was like, well, that's nice, but like read a book. You should read a book.
It's a good entry point. Who knows?
Yeah, no, maybe they'll start reading other books because I don't know. They'll be like, "What else do you got? The Bible? Ooh.
Infinite Jest." Straight from Sellout to Infinite Jest.
To Infinite Jest, right?
Yeah.
I've been thinking of reading Don Quixote recently, but it's almost 1,000 pages. Has anybody here read Don Quixote?
Oh, don't worry. There's short comic versions. Short comic book versions.
Version?
Yes. In Spanish class.
No way.
No, yeah, it's a good book. The actual book.
You read it?
Yeah, I highly recommend it.
Oh my. So cultured, John.
Wow, we're really smart.
Yeah, no big deal or anything, but I read like from start to finish. So
The whole thing? The whole kebab?
yeah, no big deal.
Damn, man. Good for you.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to, don't want to brag, but I haven't read it, but I remember when they mentioned it on The Simpsons. So
He saw the Simpsons
Pretty
episode.
much.
Yeah, you pretty much got it.
There was a Donald Duck version too. That was really good.
Yeah, you got it, Dave.
Don Quixote's kind of like a compendium, though, right?
Donald
like each
Quixote?
tale is like, oh, he finished his adventure. Here's the next one. I think it's like that.
oh, is it? Maybe
No
that'll help
spoilers,
make it more
Dave. Come on.
digestible.
Yeah,
an
yeah.
adventure
He goes
book.
on adventures? What the fuck,
Quite
man? Come
literally.
on.
It's the Adventures of Don Quixote.
Oh, fair enough. In the title. Love it. Dan, I wanted to ask you as well. Were you I know you did a lot of interviews for the book. Did you have any, like, either in your interviews, your various conversations, or in your bits of research rabbit holes that you went down, was there a particular, like, something new that you learned, like a surprise, or maybe like a mind-blowing revelation that came to you and you like couldn't wait to put it in there?
That's a good question. You know what? So the first thing that I did when I started researching a band, and sometimes it came up with nothing, and then once in a while you'd be like, "Oh my God!" is I would go to classmates.com and I would look up the yearbooks for these people and just try to dig up the yearbooks. And like I said, for a lot of them, it was just like I couldn't find anything or whatever. But the two ones that are interesting, and maybe I should like put this in my newsletter, is the Jimmy Eat World one, because they were in Arizona, and the Donna's one, because
Yeah.
they were already like kind of a band in high school,
Yeah.
and so a lot of their stuff is like, ooh, check out these four best friends who play in a little band together.
That's great.
So they had like I think there's like a band photo in the yearbook. But Jimmy Eat World, there's one great one where he's like playing in a pre-Jimmy Eat World band. Jim is, and he's just got this like kind of big mop of hair, and he's wearing what look like boxer shorts, but I don't think they are. Like, why would he be playing guitar in boxer shorts? That doesn't make sense. But yeah, I don't know if that was like any of that was mind blowing, but that was definitely the first place I start, and it humbled them. I was like, good.
Yeah.
I was always a little intimidated by Jawbreaker, but here's a picture of him at 15, and I feel a little bit better.
Totally. That
so, yeah.
rocks. Damn. Dude, yeah, one of my mind-blowing moments just from the book had to do with the Donnas too. And you just finished the chapter, Marcus, so you'll probably remember this. Like, there was something in there about how they played in their hometown, the Bay Area, a lot. They played a bunch of shows, at Bottom of the Hill, wherever, all those venues. And then they randomly toured to Japan.
Yeah, just
Like-
straight to Japan.
That was like
they got
it.
this weird opportunity where so the Donna story is like they had this like one weird guy who was like, they were 16, but this one guy was like 31, and they met this guy,
Yeah.
and he was
So
kind of
weird.
like, I want to write songs for you. And he did, and nobody thought that this was like weird or anything, and none of them thought it was weird. They were like, no, in hindsight, like he was just a normal guy, like he just wanted to help us out. But he was kind of like a record label guy and like an indie label guy, and he had this friend in Japan, and he was sending him the records, and then the friend in Japan was like, you should send these girls over to Japan, and he was like, okay, and he was just like their chaperone for like they literally I think that they missed their last year of senior year,
Wow.
last week of senior year, to go to Japan with this 31-year-old guy. Like, what a weird.
It's insane. Very bizarre. I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So surreal. Holy shit. That's like all the touring you've ever done. Like, you've never toured in the U.S., just Japan.
That's like
So
putting
badass.
it, like I feel like that just putting it on, like when you play Oregon Trail, it's like putting it on meager rations, grueling pace, where you're just like
Out of the
let's
gate.
go right to Japan and figure out how to tour. That's fine.
Yeah.
So nuts. Dude, good for them. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Should we do the big chat question first before our segment, or should we
Are
do?
there any other questions?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the chat has any
They're
questions
dying
pouring
to
in.
know. They keep repeating.
Oh boy.
They need to know, Dan, what is your favorite volcano out of all the volcanoes on Earth, or
otherwise.
the galaxy? Yeah.
maybe I'll be just the biggest music dork in the fucking world.
Yes.
And say that Mark Duplass, famous indie filmmaker turned
Yes.
star of the league, Mark Duplass has a volcano called he has a band, had an indie rock band in the mid 2000s called Volcano. I'm Still Excited.
Polyvinyl Records.
An album out on Polyvinyl Records, and so is it lame to say that my
No.
favorite
Is Mark
my
Duplass.
favorite volcano is Volcano? I'm Still Excited, starring Mark Duplass.
Yes.
Amazing.
Beautiful
You're the first to
answer.
say it.
Yes.
We love it.
Very indie rock of you.
Very acceptable.
That was
Give it up to Polyvinyl.
That was a great answer. We've
I
had
see Top Shelf agrees.
there we go. They know what's up too. What up,
I
Kevin?
would love to create like an indie label bidding war over the back catalog of the one Volcano I'm Still Excited record.
Make it happen. It starts here.
Just turn
It's
it into
good.
an NFT.
People should listen to it. I interviewed him about it one time.
I've
and
never listened to that.
Got
It's good.
upstairs.
Fuck. Okay. We'll have to have a listening party. That's one fun thing that's come out of doing this show is the chat's fascination with volcanoes has led me to finding like
A lot of weird
every
stuff.
volcano song on Spotify. There's a really good one by the Presidents of the United States of America, just called Volcano. That's a really good song. So, music volcanoes count, Dan. That is a great answer.
Thanks.
Yeah, and speaking of the chat, I hope this is something that makes them happy. Dan is going to help lead us in a very rousing edition of a segment that we created and copyrighted. This is a
First
segment.
ones to do this.
First ones to do this
First
ever.
ever.
This is very revolutionary stuff, everyone. This segment is one we like to call Top 10.
Top 10.
Oh, shoot.
I
Top
want to say
10.
too,
Top 10.
before we reveal what the top 10 is.
Right.
Yes.
I want everybody to make sure the chat is on, make sure the filters are off. Like I want to see these fucking. Let me hear it because we're gonna.
Yes.
We're
It's all
gonna.
about hot
I came
takes.
here to. I came here to fight. You know, like I came
Let's
here to
go.
duke it out. And
Good.
you wanna take it up with me? Put it in the chat, buddies.
Good, Dan, because I gotta say, as I was loading these high quality, high production graphics that we're about to reveal, I
good.
was feeling some type of way as I was working my way through the countdown. So
I
we will reckon with
really
this.
put a lot of work into this.
I know. I could tell. It doesn't
I
make
went
it
to the-
any less questionable, any less deranged.
I went to just for research. I went to a diner the other night with Lauren from Warriors, and I told them my top 10, and they were like, "They're gonna kill you." And I was like,
All
There's
right.
been some
Bring it.
anger in here.
Should we reveal what the top 10 is? It's not top 10 sellouts, which was an idea that we had, but we couldn't really think of that many that didn't involve like
Yeah, not enough to fill a book.
not
I
enough
wanna make
not enough to
people
fill a
feel
book. Yeah. Right. The big sellout that we thought of was really quick.
3 of them are here.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to offend, you know. There's one big sellout that we did want to mention though, which is fortune cookies. What's the deal with fortune cookies
Fortune
these
cookies
days?
sold out
Yeah,
so
they're
hard.
pretty rough.
Fortune cookies, instead of having real fortunes in them now, which were real in the past, now they're just
Directed
Crypto
my whole
ads.
life.
Bitcoin ads.
Cryptocurrency
Wait, what?
advertisements.
Yes.
Yes.
Literally.
Wait,
It's really
wait,
fucked
what?
up.
Or TurboTax
Yeah,
ads.
it's either Tax Act or
It's
TurboTax
just
didn't know about
ads and
that.
fortune
or
cookies.
Crypto.com.
Wait,
The-
since when?
I got one that
COVID.
says danazzi.com. It's fine.
It just said danozzi.com in my fortune cookie. It was
That's
weird.
good merch right there.
Yeah.
That pays off. Yeah, I should have done a line of fortune cookies. That would have been good.
There's still time, Dan.
Yeah, there is.
Take it to the bank. Anyway, let's reveal the top 10. What will it be?
Little drum roll, Marcus.
Drum roll, please. Top 10 fries. And we got our number 10.
Fuck, it didn't work.
It didn't work. That's okay. That's okay, Sean.
It's been a while.
Roll with it.
You
Roll
got
with it.
You got it.
What's our number
Well
10?
good.
Top 10 fries, everybody. Dan, we'll let you
Number 10.
introduce number 10.
Oh, okay. I have to look it up actually. Hold on.
Oh no, I got it here. I got it, Dan. I got it written down. Number
No,
10.
I have it written down.
Real
too.
passionate about
Okay.
this list, huh?
Well, I didn't memorize it. I mean, I'm passionate about
It's
it. I'm
instinctual. It's
Oh,
straight
God, I
off
just-
straight
it's
off
in
the
my
tip of the
notes
tongue.
app, and I just have so
Oh
many
my
friggin'
gosh.
notes that I've made.
Got
to
all these
myself.
apologies you got to scroll
Yeah.
past.
What I said the other night at the diner was overboard, and I apologize for that.
Drafting your text.
Okay. Okay, wait, hold on.
Should we drum roll you in each one?
Oh yeah.
Number
Yeah,
10.
I would love to drum.
Okay. We need.
Okay, the top 10 fries. Number 10, steak fries.
Wow.
Steak fries.
Steak fries.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. The fucking worst. The
Easily
fucking worst.
number 10.
I feel like the key to fries is the potato evenness. And these are all
fluff.
over the fucking place.
All fluff.
Yeah.
The outside is warm, but there's so much fucking potato that the middle is always cold. It's not even. This is a bad fry. This is a disgrace to fry. If I go to a diner and I'm like, yeah, a burger with fries, and it comes out and the default is steak fries, that should knock down their health grade to a C.
Yep. We're looking at you, Denny's.
Yeah, I'm with you all the way,
Get
Dan.
out of here, Dennis.
No bueno.
Get the steak fries. They think they're giving you more too, but they're
No,
actually giving
less.
you less because
Yeah, more bullshit.
Subtraction by addition. Look
looks
it up.
Like it looks like just scanning. It looks like a lot of people in that chat are agreeing.
Okay.
Yeah. Steak fries awful, mushy.
Yeah.
They're on your
Never
side
had
for
a good
now.
steak fry in my
Someone says this
life.
is blowing my mind.
I've
though.
had good steak fries, but it's few and far between.
What were they covered with though? If they're covered with
Yeah,
like
gotta get some
cheese and
cheese.
gravy, maybe.
No, because I've had one where it's like crispy at the ends and edges, but then
fuck?
the inside's really fluffy, like mashed potatoes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when it's really cold, it's a problem. It's a big problem.
It's a
It's
problem.
and you know, like I wouldn't try this because I wouldn't bring them home, but I would
Yes.
imagine the reheat value
Oh,
is
dear Lord.
disastrous. Can
it's
you
abysmal.
imagine
Abysmal.
Yeah,
What
they
do you
get really
do?
dry, really
Put
dry
them
and
in
gross.
the friggin' toaster oven? Not worth it.
You need a stovetop fryer.
Someone said they look like
Refry.
fingers.
We're all in agreement. Steak
Okay,
fries, pure doo-doo,
Somebody-
pure trash.
Somebody did tip to the number 9. So should I say the number?
Yeah.
Do we dare?
Let's
Number
get that
9.
drum roll.
Number 9, sweet potato fries.
Sweet potato
Sweet potato fries.
Okay. All
Wow.
right. I mean, I've had some good sweet potato fries.
I wouldn't even have them on the list.
Oh.
It's a different kind of potato that we're working with. It's like a new set of rules. These are ungovernable fries.
Yeah. Not
No
playing
control
by the
over
rules.
these fries.
Someone said I will not tolerate this slander. Well, someone else says trash, so
Wow.
Mixed
Highly
reviews here.
contested fry here.
Today was such a heated day on the internet with all the news and stuff.
Fry
I
talk.
feel like we need this list.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
this
do.
is going to
They
bring us
heal.
together, or
They
maybe
heal.
divide us further. But
I like sweet potato
no,
fries.
it's great. We can forget everything else. Yeah,
Good,
sweet
good.
potato fries.
a little bit of
The
cinnamon
only time
sugar.
I'll have them is if
Yeah.
I'm at like a health food place, and those are usually like the default, and then it kind of like makes sense because I feel like at least I'm being healthy.
There you go.
But I'm not getting them for fries default. No way.
Are
No.
they healthier?
They're healthy.
Are
They're
they healthier
healthier,
than
yeah.
normal fries?
sweet potato fries.
Okay, yeah.
What makes them healthier?
They're sweeter.
Yeah, but they got sugar
It's
in
a
them,
different
right?
potato. It's
Different
less starch.
potato.
It's less starch, probably.
Oh,
There's more
okay.
sugar.
Trust me, Sean. It's really good for you, Sean. Just trust me. Don't ask. Don't look it up. Just let me.
Looking
tell you.
ahead here,
Should we? Don't look ahead, Sean. Let's just go straight to number
it's
8.
hard
But
not to.
number eight.
Dan,
Number 8 is a big one.
Dan,
It's gonna piss people off. Like,
this is pissing me
tater
off
tots.
already.
Tater tots. This would be number 2 or
This
what?
ain't a fry.
for me.
That ain't a fry.
Tater tots.
I love it.
That's not a fry, Dan.
That's a fry.
That's no fry.
That's like a whole different.
Then
like,
why has it got a different name?
That's a different category.
No way. It's
That's
a
a
fried
different name.
potato.
Yeah.
Tater tots are. What am I fucking 6 years old?
Oh my
Is
god.
this your not top 10 fries?
Oh my god. You don't like tots?
I knew this was gonna piss people off.
See
and look,
that? This is a
I'll-
hot button.
No
I'll
way.
eat a tot.
Mushy
I'm
as
not a
hell.
fucking monster.
So you're like
But-
Napoleon Dynamite's bully. You would just
Step on him.
just step on his
or
tots.
kick him.
Outta
What does he do?
See, look, we got a lot of back and forth.
Not
about
a
tots.
fry.
I knew this was gonna. I was, look. I'm
This is
doing
strategic.
the Ratboys virtual tour. I'm
Yep.
bringing the heat here. Okay, I knew that this was gonna do this,
Yep. But you really believe this? You really don't
but
like them?
but I would die on for this.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
You die for them?
You would die for the lack of tots. For an
If there's tots anywhere, I'm dying straight up.
yeah.
No.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, hey, I'll take your tots, Dan. If you ever got some tots you don't
Yeah.
want, throw them my way.
You got it.
Pelt me with tots next time you see me, and I will be a happy gal. Yum yum. Do we
where are
dare
we on?
number 7? Here we go.
Crinkle cut fries.
I'm for him.
Crinkle cut. I like them.
Fine. They're fine.
I like crinkle cut.
They're fine, but like they can go so far south so fast. Like I feel like
Yeah.
they can be so soggy.
Yes.
The only place that's gonna have a decent-ish one is Nathan's, right? Like that's the best version of a crinkle cut fries, right?
My favorite crinkle cuts are from
Asking a bunch of
Portillo's,
Midwestern.
Oh, yeah.
which is the Chicago
Portillo's.
version of Nathan's, pretty much.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Crinkle number 1 in the chat.
Whoa!
That's
That's-
me,
I don't know
baby.
about that.
The
Yeah,
the
that wouldn't
potential,
be-
the ceiling
Buddy.
on these fries
Buddy.
are way higher than anything else.
Really?
I think so.
But the floor is
When
low.
you get that crinkle, yeah, the floor's low.
When the
But
salt,
damn, that's a big bullseye to
look,
hit.
I'm like looking at the shape of them too, and it really adds nothing. Like,
They
what do
feel-
they think that's doing?
the
And yet-
salt gathers. in
Surface
Yeah,
there.
area.
yeah. It's like a little
Ridges.
salt
No,
boats.
Come on.
It's
let's
like
be
a
real
little
here.
bit.
think about it like a school
No,
bus.
come on.
Think about a school bus, and
school
each
bus
little
of
dip
salt.
is just like a little seat for the salt.
Oh, and the
Oh.
sauce if you choose to dip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it carries
Somebody
the
good
said
dip and
superior
fry.
for poutine, and that's
Yeah.
I think the
Mm.
only good
Okay.
argument for crinkle cut. I will give you that.
The
sir,
risk
or
is
ma'am, or
high.
them. Mhm.
The
Yum.
risk is high on these. Yes.
Yeah, it's a risky bet. The crinkle cut.
When you
fry.
come to Chicago, Dan, we'll take you to Portillo's. They have
Okay.
really good crinkle cuts.
I'm gonna book a flight right after this.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right.
Show up unannounced. Number 6. This is a good one.
Philip J. Fry.
Number
Fry.
one.
That's a good fry. It's a
Good
good
fry.
mid-tier
he's
fry.
great. He's
He's very average.
that,
Right in the middle.
I'm so glad you chose this picture too, because I think this is so funny that I look through my emails sometimes, and I have emailed with a lot. Like I set up a lot of the interviews in my book via email, and I emailed like some really like famous-y people, you know, like friggin' My Chemical Romance and like all these people, and like that's my avatar.
I know.
and so I'm like, I have all these emails where I'm like, hi, my name is Dan Ozzi. I'm writing this very serious book, and it's just that's my fucking picture. Great, like all-time top like 5 TV character. He's so lovably dopey. It's very hard to write a stupid character and also have them be like lovable. Great
He's
character.
got a good heart.
He's got a good heart.
Yeah.
I like horny Fry. Like I like when he's trying to get a girl and he's got like
Yeah.
this baggie of homemade massage oil. You know,
A baggie.
good
Yeah.
character.
Yep. We love Fry.
Great character, but only number 6 fry.
Only number 6.
Well, you know, there's some stiff competition coming up, and
Right, we'll
let's get in the
see.
top 5
See
here.
where we go.
okay, top 5. Number
5.
home fries.
I don't even know what this is.
Very interesting, Dan. This
This
is
is like
a strange
you
choice.
know, if I'm going for breakfast,
bizarre.
Right? I mean,
What is this?
They're just
Home
like
fries.
diced potatoes.
Like
Okay.
hash browns, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
all right.
Yeah,
Except
those
hash
are-
I didn't know there was
browns
a
are-
name for that.
This is a breakfast-only food. Am I wrong?
yeah, this is your breakfast boy right here.
I'm getting reports that we're going off the rails now.
No, we're not. We're right on the rails.
Home fries rule.
Okay.
That's what someone says.
Was
See,
this a diner inspiration, or had you already picked this before you went to the
I
diner?
Yeah,
did
yeah,
have
yeah.
this at the diner.
Interesting.
The aforementioned diner trip. I
Stack
did
the
have
vote,
breakfast
eh?
for dinner. Yeah.
So they made the cut.
They made the cut.
They made the cut more than
Made the
Crinkle
top
could.
5.
I
Yeah.
gotta say, this sounds kind of like a East Coast thing. I
I
know that
feel like any diner is gonna have home fries. No.
we
Yes.
got home fries, but
There's more
Yeah.
diners on the East Coast, maybe.
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. By
There's more space out here.
extrapolation. Yeah, I don't know. I like a home fry. I feel like I'm not good at making them. You gotta go to a diner, I
It's
guess.
tough to get the right
Yeah,
amount
yeah.
of crisp.
I wouldn't even know how to begin.
Me
How
neither.
do you?
With the potato, Dan.
You take
Okay.
you
okay,
take a
and then
potato.
what? And
You
then
cut it up.
Dice it.
I don't know.
Whoa,
Dave,
whoa, you cut it? What?
there is a type of potato, a type of house fries. A
House
type of house
potato.
fries called potatoes O'Brien, which has it's like diced potatoes with
Cheddar
onions and
and
peppers.
chilies.
Yeah, that's good shit. And that's the type of home fries. So, yes, Dan.
Mhm.
We approve.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Okay.
Standard freedom / American / French fries.
Just straight up fries.
The straight up fry.
This is a
Now,
very
this is-
interesting
This
one.
is like tough because you can get a pretty good regular fry, or it can go bad. Like this is You never know what you're gonna get.
Catching
with
a
this when you
theme.
order fries, you know.
This is
Yeah.
kind of meta, I think.
Like all
Yeah.
fries.
Yeah.
Like the concept of fries.
Yeah, what is a fry anyway? I don't
Yeah.
know.
I'll have you know, Dan, that when I was looking for pictures of freedom fries on the internet, there was a lot of clip art of like a fry container, you know, like your typical McDonald's fry thing with golden bullets in it.
Huh.
That said freedom
I thought
fries.
You were gonna say like little sprinklers, like in that Simpsons episode where he has the Uncle Moe's family
yeah.
feed bag and the $1 million birthday fries.
See, I wish I would have seen that. Instead, I saw a bunch
I
of
know
bullets
too
and
much
fry
about the
things.
Simpsons, and I apologize.
No, do not.
Well,
By all
Does
this
this
means.
include McDonald's fries? Like,
Yeah.
is that
that's
in
a
this
good-
category?
No.
Well, okay. Now that we're in this territory,
no.
how would you rank the fast food fries? Like, what do you think we got as the best ones?
Ooh,
McDonald's
that's
number
good.
one.
McDonald's, in my
McDonald's number
opinion,
one?
I
But
think
they
it's
go
been going
cold.
downhill. I think it's been getting really
well,
bad.
that's what we were talking about while we were eating right before the show. Is that McDonald's has a dilemma where it's hit or miss.
If it gets cold, it's bad
Yeah,
meat.
they're
Yeah,
bad.
it depends
A
on how you get it
cold
delivered.
McDonald's fry. You have 6 minutes to eat McDonald's
Yes.
fries. After that,
Yes.
you are eating just a garbage.
And you
You're
can't-
just
it's-
eating the paper bag.
It feels very like stuck up to do it, but you can, if you're in the drive-through, order things fresh. So you can ask them to make it fresh.
Sean used to work at
FYI.
McDonald's. Sean knows all the
not
McDonald's
kidding.
hacks. Yeah.
So it's okay.
I,
Do it.
I gotta say that I think
Do it for
the
yourself.
number one fast food fry would be Five Guys.
Oh.
Okay,
Dump
I'm
it-
thinking of like
dump it in
drive-through
there.
places.
I haven't
yeah,
been
yeah,
there
yeah.
in so long.
Listen to
Yeah.
the
That's
quantity,
fast
dude.
cash.
That's
And
just playing the
yeah,
quantities, right?
they give you like a sack of fries.
Oh
Straight
my
up.
god.
Yo,
The
Freddy's
bag
fries.
is just completely see-through by the end of it.
That's how you know it's good.
You gotta love that.
Well, so do you like them with the skins on or off?
What does
Skin-
that mean?
Skins
You
or
know,
no
like
skins,
some of
Dan.
them,
Skins or no skins.
Yeah, you get the little potato skin.
The
potato,
brown
like, with the
bits.
skin on.
You
The
like
ru-
that?
the rough-
I don't
the
know
rough
if I
part.
feel comfortable making that call.
You like that? Okay. Fair enough.
I think Five Guys uses the skin.
Five Guys has
They
skins.
do.
They're
yeah,
good.
Yeah.
They're real good.
There's one of those places where you can see them like push the potato down through the
Yeah.
potato chute.
That's what's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
pleasing.
I
You know what
really.
it's
Penn
not going to be
Station.
on here, but should Bloomin' Onion. It feels like
I think
Outside
the
Bloomin'
internet.
Onion?
Some
I
top
think
territory over
our
there.
computer would have exploded if you put the Bloomin' Onion in the top 5 of this list. I think that's an honorary
I
number
think
1.
fish sticks are in my top 5.
Yes. I really want to get to number 3 because this one is
This
fucked
This
up.
is
fucking
where
bullshit,
people-
Dan.
This is fucked up,
people
Dan.
gonna hang me. Shoestring fries.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
I like a shoestring fry.
They're so hard to eat.
Might as well eat a ball of
They are
yarn.
hard to eat, and you have to really grab a
Oh,
like
yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
just to get
That was-
one fry's worth of,
Yeah.
And you're
Fr-
getting ketchup
potato.
on your fingers when you're dipping them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting booed. I am getting booed out of the chat. I
But-
love it. I love it.
Keep it coming. Yeah, shoestrings. That's interesting when you were making the quality versus quantity analogy at Five Guys, which has both, arguably. But you really got to you got to have a big serving of shoestring fries to get your daily carb quota. You know, you have to have a lot.
I feel like you can eat like 2 plates of shoestring fries and not feel full at all.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
I knew I was going to
beautiful.
lose
You're just
people here
eating air.
big time.
Yeah, I mean,
I
who?
don't trust
Hot
this
Tub wants to hear the
guy.
selling points,
I'm
which
down.
is a fair point.
They've
The
got a
selling
good
point
crunch. Oh, go ahead,
Is
Dan.
it
Sorry.
almost feels healthy because it looks like grass. I
Mm.
know that it's not healthy, but it looks essentially like potato grass, and you kind of chomp on it.
You do have to graze. You have to
Somebody-
graze. Yeah.
Wait,
Like a
wait, don't
cow.
return my book.
Oh
Somebody
my
said they're gonna
God,
return my book. Hold on. No refunds on the book. Sorry.
There will be a redemption arc.
return
Don't worry. Okay, fair enough.
All right.
I like the idea of pretending I'm a cow eating shoestring fries in a field.
Right?
That sounds fun.
I mean, it's good if you love salt.
Someone says they
You get
love
more salt.
squashing them.
You got a lot
How
of
do-
salt. Somebody was saying crinkle packs a lot of salt in. Baby.
Somebody.
Shoestring.
The
If you
shoestring.
want that salt.
Seasoned salt if you're feeling
The only
crazy.
thing, the downside of it is that you gotta really like the way the shoestring fry tastes. Because if you're trying to dip him in a condiment,
It's hard.
you're not gonna come up with anything on
Freddy's.
that. There's no
No.
surface area.
You're getting your fingers all saucy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It's a
part of
very
the fun.
messy
Dunk your
fry.
finger in it.
Part of the fun, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Freddy's shoestring fry is fantastic.
Not very, not
It's
the
mostly
most.
the sauce that does the work, though.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Do
All
we
right.
dare move to number 2?
Uh-oh.
Number 2.
Closing
we go.
in.
This is a good one.
Waffle fries.
You
Yum.
love breakfast.
Okay, I would concur with this position on the list.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Dave concurs.
He concurs with the position.
I saw a
Waffle
video.
fries, there's a lot of surface area. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we were talking before about the problem with steak fries, not all of it getting enough cooked and fried enough. Waffle fries, whatever fucking genius invented this, figured out a way that we could get so much of it fried. Because like, look at them on the screen. There's like so much indentation.
Yeah.
You know what I
Surface
mean? Like
area.
he just took the middle out of it. What a fucking I'm sorry I gendered it and assumed a guy invented this.
Who
but
knows?
What a fucking genius whoever did this. My God.
Great
Absolutely.
dipping fries.
Yeah.
Even though the space is there. They're great dipping fries.
You could make a sandwich out of this.
You could.
might
Yeah.
as well just put the meat in between two waffle
Holy
Hold
shit.
up. Hold up.
Holy
Did
shit.
you just invent something amazing?
Yeah.
We got to try that.
Pitch that to McDonald's, the Dan Ozzie meal.
Yeah.
fries. I feel like KFC has probably done that, right? Oh, well, they did one where it was like two chicken
Pieces of chicken, yeah.
Double down.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That
what
was-
was in the middle of those?
Another piece of chicken.
No, it's just a slice.
It was
of
your heart.
cheese.
Yeah.
Great. KFC, done it again.
Yeah. Waffle fry sandwich sounds great. You
Oh,
can even
well,
look
now-
through. You can look through waffle fries.
Yeah.
See the world a whole new way.
You could.
You know.
I saw a video about how they make waffle fries. It blew my mind.
How do they do it?
It's just like, like a crinkle cutter, like how you make crinkle cut chips.
Yeah.
You just do it one way and then the other way,
Whoa.
and that's it.
Damn.
Crazy,
So
right?
this is a double crinkle cut is what you're saying?
Yeah,
double crinkle.
It's a double
Fuck.
crinkle.
All right.
Yeah,
A
waffle
little
fries
double
are-
crinkle. That's pretty cool. I like waffle fries a lot. They're fun to eat. You can eat them in several bites. You can really savor them.
These
You really
unlike
hear it too when you take a bite.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is basically half of it.
It's half the
unlike
fun.
the shoestrings, these really fill you up.
Mm-hmm.
You could you could probably slide some shoestrings into a waffle fry.
Oh!
This is maybe getting too crazy.
Whoa.
It's
But-
4D,
That's a
Dan.
4D
And do
fry
like a
action.
loaded waffle fry.
Wow.
On a hot plate of home fries? Dear Lord.
I feel like you
God.
could stick shoestring fries in the waffle fries and use those as like building blocks and make like a small pyramid.
Like a
Oh,
house of
Lincoln
cards.
log.
with
Fry
a house of
blocks.
fries.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to go to a diner so bad.
All right. We
I wanna
gotta go
a
back to the
all
diner,
time.
Dan. Turn that
How
car
long would
around.
it take
Go
me
back.
To drive to you guys, like a long time, right?
A couple days.
Yeah.
West Coast to Chicago.
You'd be able to hit a few diners on the
Isn't
way,
there a
though.
Benzinger
Yeah.
song about this?
Sure.
About
About
waffle fries?
Just follow the directions in the lyrics of that song and you'll end up at the diner
Yeah.
and we'll meet you there. It'll be great. All right, we're going to try out all these ideas and we'll post pictures and updates. We got to get to number one. I can't believe we've made it to the
Number
number
one.
one fry.
Here we go.
Seasoned curly fries.
Wow.
The goat. The goat.
The goat. Drop the mic.
What else?
Boom.
What else I gotta say?
I'm gonna take this off so I can drop it. Hold on.
We know it's expensive.
Wow.
I mean, is there any arguing on this?
No,
There's no.
No.
there's
that's
no
just-
arguing. And if there is, I'm gonna
chat
fucking
look like?
block it in the chat.
Yeah.
Damn. Mod powers.
Executive decision.
Yeah, these fries are
Someone
good.
said A. Like
Eh.
they're
Oh
shrugging their
my.
shoulders at it.
I do not feel about seasoned curly fries. I feel very pro. seasoned
Whoa.
What's your favorite part about eating a curly fry? I like
It's got
dangling them.
everything.
I like
It's got
dangling them.
All the problems that we've talked about, it has none of them. It's a perfectly equipped potato prepared. One, the shape is just fun. It's just a fun shape.
Curly.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Feels like
That's
you're at a
number one.
circus.
Like each one you pull out is slightly different.
Slightly different, flavorful,
It's like
right?
a snowflake.
And then also too, like we don't have that weird potato balance problem that you have
No.
with steak fries. Also too, like it holds a condiment very well. It's just good. It's just a solid. So they perfected it on this.
Kevin from Top Shelf says, "Crowd pleaser. Everyone gets what they want. There's texture for all."
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
Hard
true.
agree.
And they're, like you said, they're fun. I would even venture to say sometimes they're hilarious.
They look like slinkies. Someone just said.
Yeah,
That's
you
very-
can dangle
very
them
funny.
like a
Nothing
slinky.
funnier than a slinky.
It's like a toy you eat.
Yeah.
I love them. And they remind me, they're like, I mean, fuck, one of the Three Stooges is named after them, so they got to be hilarious.
Curly
you know what I mean?
himself. Yeah.
He was named after fries.
Yeah. That's his
That's all he
his
does.
last name. Curly Fries. God.
So where do you get your curlies from?
Yeah, where's your favorite curly stand?
That's a good question, but if I go to some place and I see that they've specifically mentioned that on the menu, there's a place here that I go to sometimes that I'm just going to shout it out. Maybe they're listening. Maybe I'll get free stuff. I don't know. Called Fred 62. And there's a real good seasoned curly fry there.
Yum.
I'm regretting doing this top 10 just a little bit because now I am very hungry.
That is what happens. We have run into that problem many times before.
Yeah.
We did the top 10 like baseball park eats one time. That was a big mistake.
Did Curly Fries make it?
No. That was a really controversial. That was a journey, but I was really hungry afterward.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to say that I know that Denny's agrees with this list. I don't know why I keep fucking talking about Denny's, but they charge you $2 extra
for curly
fries
Wow.
instead of their regular steak fries.
I didn't know they even had them.
They do. We went to a Denny's on tour
Gotta go check this out.
in September, I think, or something. Where was that?
At some point, I remember it was very
It was
late.
the only thing in
It was in like
town.
Colorado.
Oh,
or
like
something.
Utah or
Yes, it
some
was,
shit.
Yeah. And it was in the middle of the night,
Some
and we were the
space.
only people there, and
They weren't stoked.
they were not stoked. But they had curly fries.
Fundamentally, I disagree with that policy, but I will pay the extra.
I'm just saying that they know they're better. They know they can
Yeah.
get you to pay for them. Do you know what I mean? That's fucked up.
And I'm gonna.
You're
It's
gonna.
that primo shit.
Somebody said IHOP better than Denny's. That's totally right. Oh, I forgot. The person that said Flaming Hot Cheeto, I actually meant to put handicap fries on the list. Shit. Those are good too.
Handicap
Those
fries.
are really good.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Flamin' Hot Cheetos in the chat?
Yeah.
Dude, that was my number one chip, and everyone got so mad.
It ain't
Cheeto, not a
Really?
chip.
I think a
Cheeto's
Cheeto's a
not
chip.
a chip.
Is a Cheeto a
Same
chip?
thing with
buddy.
Tot.
Cheeto is a chip.
It's got a different name.
Big supporter of you. I want to be an ally, but I just don't think
Fair enough.
I can put that on the chip list. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
A puff.
It's
Just because they're sold where the chips are like the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
style.
It doesn't
Like,
matter.
popcorn is not a chip.
you're right, but I
Sorry.
I stand by my list. Flamin' Hot. Gotta love them. Yeah, no, I've done a lot of educating. I've educated myself a lot since I made that top 10 and learned how they make Flamin' Hot Cheetos, and they are extruded, and they might not be a chip, but they're my number one. Gotta love them.
That's a good opinion, and that they're the number one somewhere for sure.
I just love anything that's like a complete scary radioactive color of red. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Holy fuck. Anyway, the fries. This is an absolutely
Yeah, this is
enlightening list.
An amazing.
A beautiful
amazing
journey.
list.
I really appreciate you putting this together, Dan. You
Yeah, and let's keep it in the Twitch, because if we tweet that out, I'm gonna get canceled. And I can't do-
You better
So
start
this'll be
writing your
our little
apology.
secret here,
That's fair
guys.
enough. That's fair enough. I mean, we might upload this to YouTube later.
No.
Most of our videos have an average of like 16 views, so
Yeah.
16 people might see this after. But
Well, can you?
Oh,
can
but they're
you
gonna tell
bleep all
16
of
I
them
can
out?
censor this part.
Censor
I'll-
every.
Bleep them out, or can you do that thing where you like make like a shade me out and I have like a monster voice?
yes, like a Spy Kids. Yes.
Yeah, you got that face.
Yeah. We'll blur your
I'm trying
face.
to-
Stuck
I'm trying to
face.
turn out the lights in my apartment so that I can just
Yeah.
be in this,
We'll blur your face, and every time we say your name at the beginning of our conversation, we'll like make it so it's like, you know, like no one will know.
Tater tots is not a fry. I don't think that it is.
What am I a fucking
No one,
call?
no one will ever know, Dan. It's okay. Your secrets are safe with us. It is all good. Do you have any, before we part, do you have any hopes and dreams or plans for 2022? Anything you want for Christmas? I don't know.
A brick of curly fries.
A
No,
brick of
I've
curly
gotten
fries.
Everything I could possibly want,
Wow.
except for the whole pandemic being over thing.
Yeah.
We are hoping for that too. Perhaps Santa will be sliding down all of our collective chimneys with a magical end. Who
Yeah,
knows?
who's gonna take the hit here and ask Santa for
A
the
vaccine.
pandemic to be over? Because I feel like
Yeah.
if you
Why has
ask
no one
that,
done that yet?
You
feel like he's not the
you don't get any
healthiest.
other gifts, so somebody has to take the hit here.
Shoot, I already asked for a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I already asked
okay,
for an air
Julia's
fryer.
out,
So.
but
I'm out.
Anybody else? wanna
Dave?
use it?
I'll
Okay,
think about it.
no,
I'll
but-
think about it.
Yeah. I'll.
I gotta have my air
Oh, wait,
fryer.
I asked
Dan.
for
I mean,
that
come
when I
on.
blew out my candles. Though.
Oh, Dave. Don't share your deepest secrets, Dave. Oh, Lord. Dan, this was an absolute pleasure to have you here. Thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah,
we really appreciate you. And
I was on a little bit of a time delay, so I apologize if I was like very slow with my retorts.
No, I didn't notice anything.
We're still on number 5 of top 10 fries right now.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, we'll talk to you soon, Dan.
Bye.
See ya,
Yeah,
Dan.
see ya.
Bye.
Buy yourself a raffle ticket.
Buy yourself a raffle
Get
ticket.
a raffle ticket. You could win the Chris Farron thing. Look out!
Pigs smoking.
Pig
Pigs.
eggs.
Pigs eggs.
Shouldn't be smoking. That's crazy.
Hashtag.
Anyways, thanks, guys.
Bye, Dan. Thank
See
you.
ya.
Take care.
This is the new book, Dan's new book. Sell Out. Go buy it. Buy a raffle ticket. It's a very good book.
Sell out with me.
Sell out. Da, da,
Sell
da, da,
out
da.
with me.
Thank you
Oh,
so much
yeah.
to Dan. Do we have time to do our little jam, or should we transition right to the next?
We should call Hanif.
We are going to call
Yeah.
Hanif.
All right, rolling right into the next guest. Let's
Guest
go.
1 to guest 2.
This is a book by Hanif called They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us. Hanif is a wonderful poet, essayist, author, writer, and recent finalist for the 2021 National Book Award. Holy
Hell
cow.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely
baby.
amazing.
We're going to call him up and see what he's doing in his... I think Hanif's currently in a barn in Ohio.
Yeah, lots of animals around.
Yeah, a full menagerie.
Oh, no.
We shall see.
Let's see.
Are we doing the...
We're calling.
We're calling. We're getting it.
I like how you got the song down.
Is it the same song? I don't hear it.
Yeah, I don't
I don't think they play it anymore now that we are.
It's copyrighted or something.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Good.
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 How are you?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you great.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Thanks so
Welcome.
much, Hanif, for coming on the show. I know this is like your time of rest at the end of the year, and you've been attempting to disengage, but
No, it's
Here
great. It's
you
great
are.
To be here. I appreciate y'all making the time for me.
oh yeah, thanks
Absolutely.
so much. So where are you? Where are we finding you?
Well, now I'm back home in Columbus. I was in the
Ah,
woods for much of the week, but I came home a little early. I came home like a day or two early.
nice.
And
So you
now-
left all of your animal
I did.
friends.
Yeah, it was a bummer. You know, I got really invested in the cats. I was in a farmhouse, and there were 3 cats who I had to feed every morning and
Oh,
kind of tend to a little bit, and we got very close. They were very sad to see me go, and
Aw.
I'm a little worried about who's feeding them now. Although I feel like it's probably being taken care of by someone who's not me. But I became very attached to taking care of the farm animals. There were llamas and a horse.
I wrote down who's the llama. I saw the pictures you tweeted.
The llama's name was Candy. Well, there are 2 llamas.
Oh.
I don't know the name of the other one, but according to the person who owned the farmhouse, the one with really beautiful, the brown llama that had really beautiful eyelashes, that llama's name was Candy, and they were perfect. The other one, I'm not so sure if it had a name, but it was the more friendly of the 2, honestly. Candy looked to be more friendly, but the nameless one, or I'm sure they aren't nameless, but the one whose name I did not know was actually the more friendly of the 2, the one that posed for a photo with me and was very eager to.
Aw.
It's I took that photo, and then once I put my phone away, the llama was kind of sniffing my pockets, bring that phone back out. Let's take some more.
Yeah, I look good today. Come on.
Llama
Yeah,
wanted to tweet on its own accord.
Yeah, I respect it.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, it looked. I loved the photos that you shared of the cat that wanted to sell you insurance and all that good stuff. That
Oh
was
gosh, yeah, that
really
cat,
sweet.
Such a serious face, but such a warm soul.
Aw, that's awesome. So it sounds like you had a good time, kind of unplugging. I was curious because I love the ritual that you kind of shared, which is that you take the last few weeks of every year to sort of unwind and decompress and kind of process the year as it turns over to the new one. I was just kind of curious, where and how do you feel most rested? What does real rest look and feel like to you?
Yeah, what's interesting? I woke up this morning So it has to be said that this is actually not probably the healthiest approach. Like, it is good and obviously a privilege to get to take this much time off and away from things. But the reason I do this is because, like, during the year, I don't take much of any time off, like, at all. Like, before this, I maybe took, like, 2 days off for the whole year. And that's also not healthy. You know, I think maybe a better exchange rate of rest would be taking, like, portions of the year off and then having a little bit less of a long stretch at the end of the year. But this morning I woke up in my own bed, and it was like 9 a.m. And I don't normally sleep until 9 a.m., but it was 9 a.m. And I had a moment where I was like, there's like nothing I have to do if I don't want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I had to go to the grocery store, but it was like not urgent. And, you know, I wanted to get my run in or whatever, but that wasn't urgent. I think the idea of rest for me is rooted in this thing where it's like, no one needs me right now. Because I do think I live a life where, you know, a lot of people need me for things. And I need myself for things, you know, I need myself for a great many things. And so there's something really thrilling about being able to say, okay, well, I'm not beholden to much of anything today. And that feels good. And so, yeah, I mean, I to get some moments like that at the end of the year, particularly end of this year, which for me was really a bit intense. It's been good. You know, I stayed in bed and I read a little bit. I stayed in bed as much as my dog would allow me to.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like you cashed in all your PTO at once. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's how this started. So, I mean, it started when I had a 9-to-5. I was working at like a healthcare startup. In my last year working there, I had a bunch of PTO, and at the end of the year, I was like, I'm just gonna take my like time off, because the year you know that we would get Christmas Eve off and Christmas and New Year's Eve off and New Year's, and so you know I wasn't cashing in like 3 straight weeks. It like ended up being like 2 weeks or so. And so I kind of built this practice when I was working a 9-to-5, and I've just kind of carried it over.
That rocks. Have you been to any shows since getting vaccinated?
Yes, not as many as I'd like to, and there have been a couple. There was one recent one that I really, really wanted to go see, Black Star Kids, because I love them. I love the album.
Oh yeah.
But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was kind of like when the surge was starting again.
Yeah.
But I've seen the first show I went to post-vaccination was not. I didn't go to a show till this summer. I went to go see Meet Me at the Altar, open for Coheed and Cambria.
Oh my God, that's
and I didn't,
sick.
I didn't stay for Coheed, not because I love Coheed, but it was still one of those things where I was like, I don't know how big of a crowd I'm ready to be in, so I'm going to Meet Me at the Altar and I'm leaving. And I saw. Well, you know, Julian Baker and I are kind of pals, and so she came through and I saw her show. Same with Lucy Dacus. Like, Lucy came through and I saw her show.
Nice.
But, you know, a show I really loved this year. So this thing had happened where I love the Kississippi album, Mood Ring. I love it. I absolutely adore it. And this kind of thing had happened where, you know, Kississippi was touring, you know, they were touring throughout the Midwest, and she booked the show in Columbus on the same night that Phoebe Bridgers was in Columbus. And so this thing kind of happened where, like, it was clear to me that there's just a lot of overlap in that audience. And I was like, I feel like no one's going to hit the Mississippi show. So this is great for me. Like, you know, I don't want to be in too big of a crowd. And I feel like there may be only like 25 people at this show. So I'm going to go. It's like I got to go to that show and sit in the back away from people and see them play through that album, and got to meet her and talk to her about how much I love the record. And that was maybe a highlight of my year. I do hope to go to more shows next year. Although now I'm feeling kind of like heavily uncertain.
Yeah, everything feels...
It's been a weird week.
Yeah. It's weird how there have been these like distinct phases in the last couple of years where for a week or two everything feels kind of extremely optimistic and like okay, and then like suddenly we're totally in limbo and hanging from our feet again, and it's like, you know, kind of confusing. But the reason I asked is I feel like during like lockdown and kind of the height of COVID, when none of us could go to shows or play shows, having your essays and your, you know, just writing to read about going to shows was really kind of cathartic and like therapeutic in a funny way. And like a really, you know, like I'm really grateful for that. But yeah, I was just kind of curious because for anyone who doesn't know, like you've written so much about your experiences going to shows and kind of how you grew up going to shows. And I was just curious, like, did you kind of discover your love for music and your love for writing at the same time? Or was that, if not, like when did those two things kind of like collide for you?
I think they collided when I started going to shows more. This is so funny because I was thinking about, there's this Instagram account called Old Chicago Flyers that are just a bunch of old like punk and hardcore players.
So cool.
And for me, and they're from like the early they span a lot of years, but the ones that are most prominently featured are from like the early 2000s, which is like my era of early show going. And there's one that they just posted that was like from an AFI show that was on September 18th, 2001. That never happened. It got postponed because of 9/11. But I was thinking about this era of my life where like I grew up loving music. I grew up, my parents played in the house all the time. My siblings played instruments. I'm a failed instrumentalist on many levels. But I grew up just with a deep love of music from the point where I could understand what songs were, which was like age 3 or 4. But there's something about live music, you know, like I started going to like punk shows and hip hop shows, underground hip hop shows in my late teens. And I really like latched on to the ability to do that in my late teens and early 20s because I rolled with a crew and we were a little more transient. You know, we could go to, I was no longer confined to just Columbus shows.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
This was at a time, I think, where like the punk and hardcore scene in the Midwest was having a real moment, like a real moment. Mm-hmm. And so there was like Dayton, Ohio, and Detroit, Michigan, and Chicago. And there's something I've always loved about being at a concert, you know, the language almost writes itself. You know, like I think my writing about live music is much because I think in the space of live music, narrative is unfolding even when we don't expect it to. And it's not even the narrative of what's happening on the stage. I sometimes, obviously, what's happening on the stage is not secondary, but what's happening on the stage is a conduit to what's happening beyond the stage. And so I think that because I'm a really observant person, being at live shows at a curious age, I mean, I'm a curious person, but being at live shows at a curious age of like 19, where I was doing shows like 5 days a week or more sometimes, you know? And some of it was having to be very observant. I was sometimes like one of the few Black people in the room, so I had to have my head on a swivel, that type shit. But other times it was just like, I'm fascinated by the intimacy, the various intimacies that sprout forth when live music is offered, right?
Totally.
And so, yeah, I mean, I think my love of writing and my love of music really collided when I started going to live shows. And I was on a punk scene, so there were, you know, we had zines and shit, but no one, in that era, I feel like it's different now. I feel like zines are having a moment, but in that era, everybody wanted a zine, but then nobody wanted to write for the shit, you know? And so I wrote because I was like the only person. I look at the zine as a form of reporting.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I get to tell the story of what's happening on my scene for the people like one town over or whatever.
So did you start like writing about shows like just in the Columbus punk scene like when you were coming up? That's so sick.
That was it, and that was like my whole gig, or the occasional album, you know, like if a Columbus band put out like a split, you know, or a couple bands put out a split 7 or whatever, I'd write about it. But that's sick. That's my earliest writing experience, and then things happen from there. But at the core, I still think I'm someone who feels like a reporter, like I'm reporting on the emotional tenor of a show. I miss shows. I really do want to go back to shows. I mean, like, I know y'all toured y'all were on the road and now are off the road again, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've been interested in the band perspective, like what they're seeing. You know, I've been talking to my friends who are in bands about like what they've been seeing that feels different. You know, I know that there are people who are like excited. This shift from excitement to anxiety.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Like, I don't know. I think we all agree. Like, I think we all noticed this, that it varies a lot from show to show, not just because you're entering different like geographies or, you know, just different parts of the country, but just as time goes on. Like we started a tour at like kind of mid-September when Delta was spiking, and we were really nervous about it. But our thought was we had these these protocols that we had designed for ourselves to kind of isolate, and we like hired like venue merch sellers every night. So we weren't, unfortunately, really able to like interact with the crowd, you know, except for being on stage. But the first show, which was in Pittsburgh, and this is like right when Delta was spiking, everyone in the crowd standed at least 6 feet away from the
Yeah,
stage.
there's like a crescent moon around the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, you could just kind of feel it in the room that everyone was like a little bit nervous because we were the only unmasked people in the room on stage. And so like it was, and I completely respected that. It was just something that I didn't really like. We were all trying to anticipate how it would feel to be on stage again after a year and a half, like, and after going through this crazy historic, like, you know, draining event. And yeah, in those next few shows, people were definitely keeping their distance. And then kind of as time went on and Delta fell back a little bit, I guess, like people seemed a bit more like, I don't know, like not quite as anxious, but the feeling of being on stage and playing music is the same, and it feels so good. So we're incredibly grateful we got to do that this year, you know, because it's not something you can ever take for granted. That was the big thing I learned.
Absolutely.
And we were
Mission made it to the other side, you know, and not everyone, and venues too, you know.
Yeah.
Like, that I think was the real heartbreaking. Something I still perhaps haven't gotten used to is just that the reality that some venues just aren't going to make it.
Yeah.
I mean, some haven't already, and then some that, like, if there is indeed another surge bad enough where things have to be canceled in mass, like there are some venues I love that just won't make it at the other side. And,
How has Columbus fared with that?
Columbus has fared okay.
That's good.
But I worry. I do, because we're already kind of a town where we struggle to pull in bands to play like quote unquote mid-sized venues.
Yeah.
Or even smaller venues, you know, because we don't have as many as some other cities. And we get kind of flown over because, you know, you can play Cleveland and Cincinnati, or even just one of the two and kind of satisfy your Ohio
quota. Yeah.
your Ohio quota gets met. And so it's kind of vital that the venues that we have here stay open, because, you know, otherwise we're going to miss out on even more bands. And I think that's really hard, you know, like, and it wasn't always like, I feel like maybe this is just my own youthful, whatever, my own nostalgia effect, but it felt like there was a real heyday when I was young and bands were here all the time. And I do worry about the young folks. I worry about the kids. Part of that is because as exhilarating as it is to do the road trip to see a show, still for me now, it still is. There is something cool about being like, but I can also see a band in my city like 3 nights a week, you know, if I want to. And
Totally.
when I was young, I had that great balance of like, if I were going to 5 shows a week, 2 of them might be in Columbus, and then we're doing like a loop of like, you know, Detroit, Indiana, Chicago, or Pittsburgh, somewhere else, Detroit, you know.
Yeah.
And I worry about young folks on the other side of this. You know, the reason I was thinking about that AFI show that was canceled during 9/11 was because at the time I remember being a young person just getting into the freedom of being able to go to shows on my own. And I remembered that September where so many shows were like understandably postponed, and I just couldn't go to them when they were rescheduled because the project of getting to go to a show back then required a lot. Like, it required someone who could drive, someone who had gas money, you know, all these kind of things in the show. And I worry about the absence of show going for young people, because I say this, it's funny because now I feel like I'm one of those like scene elders, which I really
it happens.
It happens, truly. But, you know, that was so formative for me, going to shows. And I mean, I still have friends today that I made only because we were like stumbled out of the same show at the same time, you know?
Yeah. Do you still kind of like keep tabs on the Columbus punk scene? Like, do you kind of know what's going on? Are there still awesome shows happening?
New bands.
In normal times, you know what I mean?
In normal times there were, yeah. And there are bands here I love. I mean, I love Snarls. I love Snarls so much.
Oh, awesome.
Oh yeah, we were just talking about them. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're not like super heavy, but I love them. And they put on I think they just recently played a show that I didn't go to, but it was another one of those where it's like I kind of want to go, but I don't want to be in, you know, I'm still a bit tentative. But I keep tabs on the scene here, but I usually now when I go out to shows in Columbus, I'm very much like hanging in the back quietly, because I do think, like, I believe that being in a scene does not have an age limit or restriction. But the thing with me is like I've had my fun, and now I kind of just go to shows and quietly linger in the back and play quietly and then dip out. You know, I've been the guy in the pit, and I've been the guy at the front of the stage, and someone else should have that time now.
There's something that feels so good about like leaving a show without saying goodbye to anyone. Just like dipping, you know.
Yeah, we're adults now.
I got
Yeah.
my fill.
I'm going to bed.
I'm a big I got my fill person at shows now. You know, I saw, I went to go see. And this isn't even a knock on the artist. I went to go see Maggie Rogers like when in the quote unquote before times, and I love, you know, big fan of the album. Like I love the songs, and there was a point where she had like played through all the songs I thought I wanted to hear. I was like, I think I've heard all the songs that I really love, and she still had some more set left. And I was kind of like, but I could kind of just, I'm good. I've had my fill of the show. Like I've had my fill of this specific show.
No
Yep.
shit.
And there's something kind of satisfying about that now. You know, I'm not big on one thing. Do y'all do encores? Are y'all a big encore band?
Oh, that's like a.
We're trying to figure that out.
kind of a
It's
debate.
weird,
Not a
yeah,
debate,
yeah.
but just like it's weird. It's a weird thing.
Like when we toured with Pup, they're definitely anti-encore.
I know. I was going to say, I was going to
Yeah.
ask about that because I've seen Pup a few times. I actually have Pup on my calendar next year.
Nice.
They're like coming here with Pink Shift.
Yeah.
I gotta see
Hell
Pink
yeah.
Shift, and I gotta see Pup. But last time I saw Pup, they were like, "Listen, we're done.
This is
We're
it."
done.
Yeah.
Four encores." And I kind of, I don't have strong feelings either way. I kind of I like when a band doesn't make like a big ceremonies thing. The last time I saw the Wonder Years, Dan Campbell was kind of like, "Listen, we're gonna play this one song, and then we're gonna go back and get a drink of water, and we're coming right back out. We're not gonna like, you know,
Nice.
we're not gonna leave you hanging." I think maybe as bands get older and as I've gotten older, I see fewer bands like basking in the glory of the long wait.
Yeah. Oh God,
Yeah.
that
It's
makes
always
me
like
so
10
uncomfortable.
seconds. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
big fear is that people will stop clapping, and then I'll be like, "Oh God, like
Yeah,
what do we
like-
do now?" So
Yeah.
I don't want to keep people waiting. Holy fuck.
There's the occasional time where I'm with the theatrics though. I mean,
Yeah.
I was at the I went to My Chemical Romance reunion show in LA
Oh my
a couple
God.
years ago, a couple of Decembers ago. Actually, it's like coming up on the anniversary. It's
2
like right before
years.
Christmas. That was like almost 2 years ago, like today.
Whoa.
I might have to look at the time, and I feel like it was like today or tomorrow. But it was one of those things where like they didn't play Welcome to the Black Parade, you know, and like they ended their set, and everyone knew they were gonna come out and play Welcome to the Black Parade,
Yeah.
but they made people wait. I was kind of with that. I was
Kind of cool.
Totally.
because I knew exactly what was coming, you know, because I knew exactly what was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll wait on this. I'll wait on Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance, who hasn't been a band for like 5 years or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing. Like, you couldn't have got your fill without that song, so they made
Right,
you stay.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, true
that happened to me.
showmanship.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're like building it up. Yeah.
That happened recently. I saw Silver Sun Pickups not too long ago, and they did the same thing where they like waited till the very end to play Lazy Eye.
Like
And I was,
encore.
and honestly, they played some of their other songs that I don't really know, or I don't know. I don't want to talk shit, but just not as great songs. And so I was like waiting for
Yeah.
them to play that
Gotta
song.
hear Lazy Eye.
Yeah, I'm not leaving without hearing that damn song, and I
You
didn't.
know, what's wild about Silver Sun Pickups is they're one of those bands that I think
Their first
and I don't
record
want to disparage at all. That first record is
is
just
so good.
so good, and it seems like a record where they maybe. It's one of those things with some bands where like, your first record is perhaps you tapping into. It's a high point where your ambition and your ability meet,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then sometimes your ambition and your ability just don't meet again, or sometimes that first record ups your ambition to a point that your ability can't always climb to. And I feel like they're one of those bands, but I mean, that first record though. So I was just what's that song? Melatonin. I love that
Oh,
song.
yeah.
dude.
Just
I
had that on a playlist.
like have no shame in admitting that that's the only record I've ever listened to by them. I just get stuck on it. That's my big overnight
Yeah.
drive album. If we need to do an overnight drive, we've
Oh yeah.
managed to avoid those recently, which good on us. But yeah, sometimes it's unavoidable, and that shit keeps me awake in the best way. So, but that's the only record I've listened to, and so it's like at the show I was prepared going in knowing that there would be a bunch of music that I like don't know and maybe not isn't my cup of tea. But the jams from that record, they played them. It was amazing.
You know, sometimes though, I think it's good when an artist. I was actually thinking about this recently because Dashboard comes to Columbus a lot. Like
Nice.
Dashboard
Oh, right
is a
on.
band. Chris comes to Columbus a lot, and he's someone I'm so interested in because he could. I think there's two things I like about the live stuff with Dashboard. One is that he seems to like rearrange his own songs every time before hitting the road.
For
So,
real.
Yeah.
He could just play the hits as they are, and no one would care. You know, like he could play like "Stolen" and "Hands Down" as he has for years, and no one would care. But I feel like every time I see him, those songs sound different. Like he's put something else into them or taken something else away from them. And I think that's kind of cool. And I'm not even like I'm not a huge dashboard guy, but I've enjoyed seeing him live because of that. And also, he's so strategic in his live sets about how and when he peppers in the new stuff. You know, almost to the point where it's like it's almost unrecognizable, and you're like, oh, is this a new song or is this just like a version? I think it's tricky though when you have bands where it's like, I'm here to hear. I am only here to hear this. Like, I'm here, like I'm at the Journey show. I'm hearing "Don't Stop Believing," and I'm just, you know, like, let's get it out of the way. Like, you know, Hall & Oates used to come here all the time, and it was like, listen, I'm here for like 3 Hall & Oates songs, and all this other shit. Like, I'm here, like I'll be present for it, but mentally I'm on like Maneater, you know, like.
Dude, the power move with that is sometimes bands will play their big song twice in a set.
Straight up,
once at the beginning and once at the end.
I love that move.
So funny.
There's that Cheap Trick set.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, I know that Cheap Tricks. Yeah.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen.
And goodbye.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
So good. Hanif, another thing that I wanted to ask you about, slightly off topic of shows and such, is basketball. I know that well, actually, I'm struggling to remember now where I saw this, but I think you're writing about basketball maybe, or planning a future book about it.
Yeah. My next book is about, it's like a conceptual book about LeBron James in Ohio and coming of age in that era. You know, LeBron and I are the same age, and we were playing basketball at the same time in the same state. Or we're about the same age. I think I'm older than him by some months. He's significantly in better shape than I am.
I mean, he's
Not by much.
Yeah, than everyone. But I'm also like, so it's a book about that, and it's also a book about movies. It's about a book about basketball movies.
Oh, cool.
And it's funny because I've been doing a lot of research into it, and I left off the year doing a ton of research into King James versions of the Bible, which led me to get these like wild ass ads now. All the ads I get on like Instagram, and then you know, they're just like, yesterday I got an ad for like a New Testament bomber jacket that just has like a verse scribbled all over it.
What?
So yeah,
Yes, you need to buy that and do all your press in it.
Like, I thought about it. I was like, maybe this is the move for me. But yeah, I'm writing about basketball. I'm a massive basketball fan.
That's sick. I was watching live the other day when Steph broke the record, like the Ray Allen's record, and one thing I loved about it is like it happened very quick into the game because he only needed 2 to break the record, like right at the beginning of the first quarter, and they like stopped the game for like 15 minutes and had this huge ceremony and like piped in all this amazing uplifting music, and it was like actually really like genuinely emotional. Like I found myself tearing up.
I was also very, and I had a moment where I was like, why am I? Like, I'm someone who I think is not really ever ashamed of my emotions, but in that moment, and I think I am very moved. I am very moved to emotion by sports fairly regularly.
Yeah.
But that I was like, this is very corny.
It really was.
I was into it. Don't get me wrong. I was into it. I was there. I was very emotional, but I had this level of awareness where I was like, this is corny though. This is one of those corny sports emotional moments. This is like
It felt like something they were like making it happen. It felt like I had no control over my emotions. I was like, why do I feel this way? I have like no connection to this person.
Manipulating you.
Yeah, right. But it was funny.
It felt very much. I mean, I think there's a lot to the movie Remember the Titans that hasn't aged well for me. But still, whenever that like left side, strong side scene happens, I'm like near tears.
Yeah.
You know, it felt very much like that, where it was like, I know this is corny and I don't really love it, but I am gonna cry maybe.
Dude, straight up, that rocks. So have you been like watching a lot of basketball, or were you watching it during like your retreat time, or do you like sever yourself from the sports world?
I try to. Well, I watch basketball often. Full disclosure, I have on mute a Timberwolves game playing.
Word up. Oh yeah, wait, you're a Timberwolves fan, right?
Massive Timberwolves.
Destroyed the Lakers.
Why?
I love Kevin Garnett. He's the first.
Oh, dude.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
And so yeah, I'm a massive Timberwolves fan. But I haven't been doing basketball for research purposes during my break because I really try hard to like not. I'm reading for pleasure. I'm mostly reading and watching things for pleasure. Although for me, process-wise, my pleasure viewing sometimes just turns into something that feels like work because I get so immersed in the rabbit holes of everything.
Yep.
You know, so, but I really try to keep the pleasure reading and pleasure watching. So I've been doing that mostly.
That rocks. I fully encourage all of the rabbit hole time. I feel like, I don't know, there's so much good that comes out of that, and almost always nothing bad. I feel like it's never time wasted, personally.
I've been watching a lot of old shows, like old concert footage. I think that's pulled me in. In some of the rabbit holes, I said, did y'all talk to Dan already?
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
I read, speaking of pleasure reading, I read his book.
Yeah.
I loved it.
So
and
good.
a lot of that book sent me in these directions of like watching old show footage and like doing old band rabbit holes. And
I wanted to ask about that because like a lot of the stuff that you post on Instagram, or at least the bands that you talk about and reference, are bands that were in his book. So I was curious if you had read it, but that rocks.
I loved it. I actually need to drop him a line. I've been meaning to I've been trying to get better at telling people in real time when they've done something I've enjoyed. And I finished that book on Monday. Like I started reading it and I had to set it down for a bit, and then I finished it on Monday, and I loved it. I really loved it.
Hell yeah, me too. It's so much fun reading about music. God, doesn't get old for me. I don't know. Fucking love it.
Yeah, we did. We just talked to Dan and did a top 10 fries, and I know that you mentioned fries on your website too. A lot of people in the chat wanted to know what's your number one.
Number one kind of fry.
So this is actually interesting. I just had this kind of fry, and it's maybe a little divisive, but I like a steak fry. Like I like a really.
That was very controversial.
Wait, don't say anything. Go on, Hanif.
My real memory of this is like I was once on a date with somebody, and I ordered a steak fry, a thick fry, and her whole thing was like, "Why would you get that? It's just like eating a potato." And I was like, "Well, I mean." Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I get that there are people who want the illusion of like this French fry is not a potato.
Yeah.
But a French fry is a potato. And I'm very big on just being what you are.
Yes.
Yo, that is like I love that. That is the opposite way that Dan looked at it, and I really appreciate that.
Shoestring fry person?
Shoestring, we're number 3, so yeah, that was up there.
It's tricky because one, I also need a fry. A fry for me is many things, but one thing it definitely is a vessel for some kind of condiment.
Yes,
and I feel
conduit.
like the thicker the fry, the more effectively can hold the condiment. Shoestring fries are not bad, but there's just kind of like there's a window of time in which they are good, and then they lose their value because they get cold.
Yeah.
I will say, as I've gotten older, I've evolved in a way. Like I love crinkle cut fries now, when I used to not. One thing I can never fuck with is a curly fry.
Whoa!
This is awesome, Hanif.
This is so good.
Tell us more.
I would like a curly fry if they were actually consistently curly fries, like the ones that are kind of like accordion-like. But what happens in, like, say, an Arby's container is that you get maybe 4 of those, and the rest of these kind of like crispy crescents.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
I get that some people love those, but I like a curly fry as, as perhaps some higher power intended it to be constructed.
Right. More of a potato.
A pure
a slinky type fry.
Yeah, I like the slinky ones.
Yeah.
I like a waffle fry now. I used to not like waffle fries, and now I appreciate a good waffle fry. But yeah, I think Crinkle Cut has really the one that has risen up the rankings for me.
Hell yeah.
Word up.
Right
we
on.
have come full circle.
Wow.
This is an absolutely
So
beautiful.
amazing.
Dan's number 1 was curly. His number 10 was
steak.
steak.
With
Fries.
steak.
Yeah.
One was curly?
I
So
know.
you gotta,
You guys have a lot to talk about.
when you drop him a line, let him know.
And then have some questions about it.
Yeah, be like,
Yo, whack this.
yeah, I liked your book, but first, we need to talk
We need
about
to settle
One
some
was
scores.
curly?
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
Seasoned
someone-
curly.
I'm like when it comes to most things, I think I'm very open to change my mind. I'm like very open to changing my mind on granted, not, well, should I say most things? On some things.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an expert on anything. I'm like kind of like still at heart, I'm kind of like a punk idiot. And so like, I'm always up for changing my mind on things. And so I'm willing to believe that I have maybe just had bad curly fries. And
There you go.
I say this because for a long time in my life, I had like some pies, and I was like, I don't like pie. Pie is like not for me. And then someone was like, maybe you just haven't had a good pie. Like, let me make you a pie. And it was amazing. And now I am in love with pies. And so there is a world where I am willing to believe I have just not consumed the highest form of this thing.
There you go. I feel like that's a very generous way to look at it. Like, you've not tried every curly fry on the earth, so...
And I'm up for it. I mean, I'm up to eat every curly fry on earth. I believe I love Dan's book so much that I am willing to believe that Dan's taste is worth pursuing Dan's taste.
I love that. This is like a beautiful puzzle fitting together because Dan was like, if you don't like curly fries, fuck you. That's what he said. Yeah. So I fully feel like we've gotten every single shade of all the differing fry perspectives tonight, and it has been a beautiful thing to witness.
Where's Dan from? Dan's from like an East Coast dude, right?
I think he's New York or Jersey.
So that's the thing too. I feel like Dan is probably fucking with some high tier Jersey diner curly fries.
Exactly. We were saying
That's
that.
another thing is that like if you're from a diner town,
Exactly.
I feel like that can influence. And I'm not, my dad has roots in Jersey, and I love Jersey a lot. You know, Springsteen's my favorite artist of all time. All these things, but I'm from a town that is decidedly not a diner town.
Exactly.
That has influenced my relationship to the fries I like.
Geography has a huge impact on fries. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
Wait, what are y'all's favorite fry shapes?
I have.
Revealed our favorite.
We didn't reveal our favorite. I have kind of a highfalutin answer, which I'm a little ashamed of. But my favorite fries in the world are the kind that you get in England when you get fish and chips, which are similar to steak fries.
Yeah.
But the way I think
they're like little puffs.
It's just a British steak fry.
Exactly. They
It's like steak fries with an accent.
They double fry them or something. But the key, in my opinion, no one does this, is you put malt vinegar on them. Like you
Oh yeah.
fucking, what's the word?
Shake the
Douse.
bottle.
You douse those fries in the malt vinegar and salt, and it is like so savory and sour, and that's my favorite thing on earth.
So check this out: sweet potato waffle fries.
What
Oh
the
boy.
hell?
Oh
That's
boy,
my
Marcus.
favorite shit.
What the?
Sweet potato waffle?
Yeah.
I like that.
With a little bit of cinnamon sugar on that.
What?
Oh my god!
Oh my God,
Oh
Marcus!
my god!
All right,
Dessert
this
fry.
is the
Yes.
this is the booster acid talking. I think. Shit.
It happens.
Good. Okay. Good to know. Sean, do you?
I don't know. It depends. Like it's a situational thing, you know.
Okay.
Like if there's dip, like if you got cheese or something, then curly fry for sure. But if there's nothing to dip it in, I can't just eat a straight curly fry. You need something that holds the salt better.
Fair enough.
So
Condiment.
maybe a crinkle fry.
Crinkle
Dave?
fries are classic.
There's little
Crinkle
salt.
fries,
Crinkle fries are good.
Fries have
Holes.
risen up the board for me in such a drastic way in the past 2 years. I think it's like, maybe this coincides with the fact that we got a Shake Shack in Columbus.
Oh, word.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, this is just like the crinkle fries. They also just hold things so well. And I just love a fry
Yes.
that holds
That's what's up.
a condiment, that cradles a condiment like a small child.
Oh, beautiful.
I'm a waffle fries person.
Okay, yeah.
For that reason, it holds the condiment so well.
That's all. Yeah, if you're doing
Sturdy.
like a nacho situation, like a fried nacho situation, waffle fries, they
Oh,
can
yeah.
layer, pile it on.
Hell yeah.
A structurally sound fry.
Dan
I know-
patented this idea in
Oh,
a
yeah.
conversation of a waffle fry, but you take shoestring fries and put them through the holes in the waffle fry.
And then attach another waffle fry on the other end, and you
So
can
it's
like
like a-
build like structures with
Like
that.
a gingerbread house, but with fries.
Exactly. We're gonna try that, Hanif, and we'll send you a photo,
I
and
would love that.
we'll see how it goes. We did have one last question before we let you go.
Maybe the most important.
Very important question.
Yes.
We
Not
ask
to just
everyone.
like throw random questions at you. The chat needs to know. They ask everybody, what's your favorite volcano on Earth or this galaxy?
Or anywhere,
Or anywhere.
fictional or not.
Favorite
Fictional or not fictional?
Favorite
Yeah,
volcano.
Oh, my favorite volcano. Well, this is dark, but what's the one that fucked up that whole city?
Oh, Vesuvius.
Yeah.
Vesuvius.
Here's why that one is wild.
Okay.
Because it's still around.
Yeah?
And I feel like if you level a whole city, I would be, and I just think someone should confront that volcano.
Yeah.
Like you're saying you want to fight Vesuvius?
Yeah, and yet no one fucks with it because I feel like they know that might be a fuck around and find out situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They might lose. Yeah, the volcano
Yeah,
might
that's-
win.
You don't want the find out side of that. So I like it. And to say I like it is rough, but I for my last book, though this essay didn't make it in, I was doing a bunch of research around Pompeii
Mhm.
and just the pictures of the people kind of like frozen in
Yeah.
Oh,
clothes
man.
is like horrifying.
It's gnarly.
Dude, you can go there and see that.
I know, and that to me that is wild. Like I can't fathom wanting that, and I think I have a really healthy relationship with death, and I am in an eternal goth phase and all this, but like we confront it with death in that way, I think it's just maybe a little too much for me. I gotta tap out at some point.
It is gnarly.
Cemented, yeah.
Oh, Swain. Yes.
Isn't it? It's just strange, yeah.
It's true. It's cemented in time. Vesuvius. We'll put you in the Vesuvius column, Hanif.
We have a list going.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not the only Vesuvius.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Vesuvius
You're
is
actually
probably near the top.
You're actually the first person
like
that's.
Don't stop believing in volcanoes.
You're the first person who said Vesuvius that the chat didn't get angry. Because
Yeah.
you had a good reason, they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people pick that because it's like the one they know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Vesuvius has a lot of layers, in my opinion.
Rich history of a volcano.
Yeah.
Truly a rich volcano.
And I'm not sure if you've heard, but there's a song called Vesuvius by Sufjan Stevens. And
I only know this because he was like a guest on my podcast last season and we talked about that song a little bit.
you talked to Sufjan?
I did.
Oh
yeah.
my God.
And
I will be listening to that tonight.
Angela Augustine. Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that rocks. Oh my God. Their new records. I love it. Return to form.
I think there's something kind of fascinating about any album that's like ekphrastic in nature, where it's like we're creating songs based off of a thing, be it a movie or a piece of art or like a whatever.
Sure.
I really dug that. I dug that album.
Totally. I very on a surface level dug the music video with their two little dogs in it. Just brought me a lot of joy this
I
year.
adored that.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming on the show, Hanif. You brought us so much joy this year. And like I said, during the deep, dark times of COVID, having your writing to kind of lean on and spend time with was such a treat and such a joy. So yeah, thank you so much. And
No, thank y'all. Yeah.
hope you have a
mentioned
great
before that
holiday.
I love the tunes, and I hope to, whenever y'all on the road next and nearby, I hope to come out and check y'all out.
Thanks,
so
man. We'll come to Columbus. We'll come to the Roomba or the Ace of
Come to
Cups.
the Roomba.
Hell
Come
yeah.
to
We love it.
We'll make it happen. They got great sound there. We will come.
Get
Anyways.
some pierogies afterwards.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
You
baby.
know it.
Rocky
Hell
Mountain's
yeah.
the place.
We'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Thanks,
Thank
y'all.
you,
Have a
Hanif.
good
See you
holiday.
soon.
Take it easy. You too. See ya. Where'd the book go? Here it is. I don't have Hanif's most recent book, but
This
like I
book
said,
is so good, though.
it's a finalist for the National Book Award. A Little Devil in America, Notes in Praise of Black Performance. It's out now. Get it. Hanif is one of the most prolific writers alive today.
He writes so much.
writes so much and has pretty much, in my opinion, kind of something for everybody. So if you've never read him before, make sure you do. And a lot of
Yeah.
really cool poetry.
That book, They Can't Kill Us Until They Kill Us, is so good. It's like a collection of his like essays that he's published on websites.
Carly Rae Jepsen essay,
There's so much.
an absolutely fantastic Fall Out Boy essay that's kind of like the middle of the
Yeah.
book. And yeah, it rocks. So grab this at your local bookstore, maybe as a gift for a loved one
There you
this holiday season. This has been such a fun show. This is the first time I think, maybe,
That
besides
was-
the telethon, that we had like two guests in one show.
Yeah,
show.
and the way,
And the way
that fry
the
connection
fry
was just so-
connection.
the
That was
yin and yang.
That was
unreal.
cosmic.
Yeah,
Holy
true
fuck.
Yin and yang.
Holy
We had I feel like we should do one of the songs. Which one should we do? What are you guys in the mood for?
We're in Santa's
Yeah, I
workshop.
vote. I
We're
vote
in
for
Santa's
the
workshop.
seasonal jam.
Let's do it. Okay. We're going to do a tune. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a way that you could possibly get this tune this week. One thing I do want to say really quick.
Oh yeah, we gotta shout
We
out.
got these shows coming up, including, how does this look on the green screen?
It looks
good.
great.
Great. We got these posters on Thursday. We're playing our last show of the year at Talia Hall, the amazing Talia Hall. You got to show your Vax card to get in. It's a beautiful, very large room, so I think there will be enough space to hopefully feel kind of not right next to another person.
Packed in.
Yeah, like there will be some space.
Very high ceilings.
Very high ceilings, beautiful airy room. Gonna be wearing masks. Ask that if you feel comfortable coming to please wear a mask. And gonna end the year on a high note, playing some tunes. Unfortunately, our dear pals in retirement party will no longer be able to come due to this virus that's coming, that's all around. But hey, we're doing our best to keep rocking, and barring any sort of virus contamination of our own, we will rock for you. And we're going to do a coat drive at the merch. And so if you want to bring a coat, a scarf, some gloves, we'll have some festive boxes to collect any winter clothes that you have that you'd like to donate. We'll be donating it to the House of Mercy and Grace, which is a nonprofit on the south side that helps the houseless population down there with food and other necessary goods. So,
and if you bring a coat, you get a gift.
If you bring a coat, you get a gift, which is what I'm getting at. And I don't want to tell you what the gift is, but
this could be a huge hint.
This could be a huge hint. Okay?
Coming up.
So
you don't even know.
You don't know. Anyway, the gigs will be lit. And I got a very special thing to wear at the gig. It's just going to be a whole thing. And we're also going to have a beer. We don't have to go over all the details, but we've been prepping for the gig. It's going to be fun. Lot going on. Thank you guys so much for watching, being here with us. I just want to consult my notes and make sure I'm not forgetting to say anything.
Thank you, Windsor, for sharing the Discord link.
Yeah, get in the Discord.
Yeah, join us. Please,
join the Discord.
It's fun.
It's free. It's fun. We host movie nights. We're going to be watching lots of movies in the new year. Snowmageddon, it bodes well for the future of our movie night selections. Can already tell you we got a couple lined up. I wrote down plug beanie, say goodbye. Okay.
I think you've been plugging it the whole time.
I've been plugging it the whole time. Okay. One last tune.
Let's do it.
We gotta wait for Screen to type his.
Oh, you're good.
His final messages.
I'm just quoting Ringo Starr.
Peace and love.
Peace and love. But no fan mail.
No fan mail.
After August 29th.
No, 2021 is over. No fan mail. But peace and love. All right. Let's do it. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland. Thank you! Thanks so much for watching! If we don't see you, have a very, very happy holiday and a happy new year. 2022. I'm already writing 2022 in all my fucking emails and messing up, so I'm so ready for it to be here. It's going to be, God, I hope it's a good one. I think it's going to be. We'll find out together. And we'll see you back on the virtual road before too long. Oh boy. I hear something coming.
Favorite song.
See ya.
Bye, guys.